And welcome back.
And we're moving into our third segment for the morning, Ariel Rosado Foundation, Ariel Rosado Annual Ride. We've got folks in to tell us exactly what's going to happen. Now, in with us is Leticia Westby, who's the president of the Ariel Rosado Foundation. Kenrick Richards, chair of the ride committee, and Wendy Oakley, who is actually a board member. Did I get it correctly?
Oxley.
Wendy Oxley, who is actually a board member, Ariel Rosado Foundation. Guys, good morning. It's nice to have you in, and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
We've heard so much over the years about Ariel Rosado, and it happens yearly, and there are things that would eventually coincide with that name. Now, let's get back, especially for our younger people. We need to know who good people were or are in our community. Who is Ariel Rosado? Who was Ariel Rosado?
Ariel Rosado was a well-known cyclist, very young. He was the winner of the 1st of January New Year's Day, Creme New Year's Day Classic as a junior. He was at the junior level, basically, when he won the event. He basically had a lot going for him as a cyclist, and of course he took a break in terms of studying, and he became a lawyer. So basically the motto of our foundation is healthy body, healthy mind. Right? So in trying to promote basically health and education, or sport and education, because of a cyclist, he was an athlete. Right?
Wow.
So
Now, Kenrick, you and Ariel were great friends growing up, and I always find it interesting when the foundation comes on that family members, friends, and fellow cyclists are still so passionate about what this foundation represents. What is it for you on a personal level, being able to continue all these activities in his memory?
Well, while we're growing up, we always used to talk about helping each other, helping people around us, and helping the youths get better at education, sports, and because we saw a lot of the social ills in society, and we always wanted to use our education and our knowledge to help people, and that's why we kind of created this foundation in his memory to pass on that his passion for the love of youths.
Let's talk about some of the accomplishments of the foundation. And while many people would assume that you would be focused solely on cycling, it's actually very much into education as well, as you both mentioned. So talk to us about the scholarship program and how many people you've helped through school over the years.
Wendy?
We have initially started in 2012 with roughly about 7 scholarships. And to date, we are proud to say that we have about 33 scholarships that has been ongoing. This includes high school, tertiary education, and even university.
Oh, wow.
So
Excellent.
that's some 6 years, and now how many scholarships?
33.
About 33.
33. My goodness.
That's what we're funding this year.
This year,
Throughout the 7 years.
33
6 years.
just this year alone.
This year alone.
For the past 6 years, we've already funded over 150 scholarships, and this is not only in Belize City. It goes from Corozal to Toledo. So we have kids in the districts, some of the schools in the districts who are also recipients of our scholarship.
So when it comes to especially listening to this, there'll be parents out there who would ask the question, how can I be a part of this? What can one do to get a scholarship from the Ariel Rosado Foundation?
Starting next April, I think it is, that's when we start accepting application. We have a website, the Ariel Rosado Foundation.bz, where you can obtain the application form, fill it out, submit it, and to the office. It's at the Ariel Rosado Drive, basically. I mean, that's behind Scotiabank. As you know, as I said, Ariel was a very prominent person in the country, so there's a lot that was done in his honor. And you submit it, and by end of June, that's when we basically make the decision. There's a committee. We have several committees, as part of the foundation. We have the RIDE, who is responsible for basically making sure that's our biggest fundraiser, goes off well. And we have the education committee who basically reviews that. And those people are people within the education field. Dr. Derla Rosado, who is his mom, Miss Sylvia Catus, Miss Pat Bennett, and Miss Sharif Gabriel. Those are people who are part of that committee. And they also invite, there's an outsider, so as to say, not, okay, it's just people from, they invite an outsider to
Extra
basically sit
scrutiny,
on,
yes.
Yeah.
to sit on a panel as they review those applications.
And is it academic based or is it need based?
It's need-based,
Yeah.
need-based with the objective of basically ensuring you maintain your academic,
Yeah.
because during the year, it's not just giving a child a scholarship and say, okay, you're on your own. We actually do a follow-up. We do consultation in December, that after the first year, see how a child has managed, particularly those who transition from primary to high school. You
Yeah.
know, that's a different responsibility. So we meet with them and basically see how they're performing, and if there are challenges they're going through. Again, as I said, remember we're at the puberty age and having to manage a different responsibility. So if there's any challenge, then consultation is done or referrals are done in that regards.
Yeah.
So it's not just, as I said, having them. We make sure, because the objective is to make sure the child is successful in their academics.
And that's why it's important that we have as much participation as possible in the annual ride.
Yes.
Because the ride is the biggest fundraiser for the scholarships.
Besides our corporate sponsors,
Yeah.
the ride is one of our fundraisers also. And this year the ride is on April 21st, Saturday,
Okay.
April 21st.
Okay.
And it starts in Galen University in Cayo, which is one of our main sponsors when it comes to the academics in
Yeah, scholarship.
with a scholarship. It starts at 6. It's open to anyone. It's a social ride, so you don't have to worry about racing.
It's not a race.
Ah.
It's not a race.
All right.
Let's get us
So I can
out
go
the
eat.
way.
Yes.
Usually the cyclists and the other cycling teams usually participate. So if you're a beginner or just a regular rider, they're usually there to help you along the way. Cayo is a bit hilly.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. So if that's too tedious for you, you can jump in at Galen University in Belmopan, which is our first stop.
Okay.
And then we can go from there. Then we stop again at Cheers. So if you're still not up to that long distance, you can come in and meet us at Cheers. That's another stop. And if that's still too far for you, there's another stop in Hattieville, where you can join us, right, Marlene?
You can
join us right there.
Yes.
Yes.
That's only 15 miles to city.
Yeah.
About 15 miles. So you can come in and
And you can even join in just as it comes into
exactly,
the city, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
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 And what time
Finishes-
Go
It
ahead.
finishes at the hour bar. We arrive, as you said, it starts at Galen at 6 o'clock in the morning.
At
in
Central Farm.
Central
Yes.
Farm, yeah.
And we arrive at our bar, where it finishes between 12 and 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sweet. And what time do we leave from Galen University?
6
in the
a.m.
morning.
6
Wow.
a.m.
That's a nice ride.
Yeah, and we provide
Very cool.
a bus
To take up,
Take
for
up
those
the
who
ride.
All
don't
the way
have,
down
yeah,
to-
so
yeah.
yeah, for Belize City people who basically would like to go and don't have a transportation, or to minimize the use of transportation, a bus is provided that leaves here about 4 o'clock to make sure you get on time to the start. And also we have the ambulance services, and we have police and traffic escort.
Wow. Wow.
And most of these are provided to us as sponsorship by these organizations.
Yeah.
Last year we had the Road Safety Initiative. As you know, they have been working hard in trying to improve the road use of the road. So
Yeah.
they sponsored us, and now we're looking back at the ministry to assist us in that. We already got confirmation from the police, and of course we have our bar and different
Okay.
companies that will support us, Boeing and Boeing. Kenrick, help me out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Boeing is supporting us because along the ride, of course, you need refreshments.
Yeah.
course.
Boeing has partnered with us last year, and they gave us Powerade, also food and beverage, also partnering us and gave us the trail bars. So you'll be refreshed along the way.
Of course.
And each stop,
San Ignacio Hotel,
San Ignacio
actually,
help us.
Hody's Place provide us snacks for early morning breakfast snacks.
Yeah.
Galen University themselves basically provide coffee, and the support
Hody's
at the
too?
start.
Yeah.
Hody's, yes.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people who show
Yes.
support along
Yeah.
the way. But let me ask you, how do you raise funds? How do you garner funds for the scholarships?
every rider we ask that they register.
Okay.
It's a small fee. It's only $25 per person. And that helps us contribute towards our scholarships. So we ask that everyone that comes on ride, just register. Even if you're not riding, our registration will help along the way.
Contribution at 25
Yeah.
is very
25.
good. That's all. That goes a long
I think
way.
it's fair enough.
We also have pledge forms. If a rider, for example, what I normally do because I participate, what I do is I go to my colleagues, friends, and say, okay, would you sponsor me in terms of based on the miles that I complete?
Yeah.
So we will make a deal either $1, $2, or $10 per
mile.
mile.
Yeah.
So that way I generate funds
Yeah.
that I contribute to the foundation. So
And that
we
is-
encourage other riders to basically do the same. Even it doesn't have to be elite riders. It's a regular person
Yeah.
who wants to challenge themselves and show their friends that I can do this.
You know, and I love that you say that because, firstly, a lot of people, yes, want to jump on a bike but don't want to ride. But at the same time, you're challenging yourself to ride all the way from Central Farm into Belize City. How many miles is that?
It's about 70 miles.
70. Have you done the
Yeah.
70?
Yes, sir.
How long does it normally
Area.
take?
my
Leticia has a breeze for her. That's a breeze. But how long does it normally take for an average person, not an elite cyclist?
Oh, I mean, for this ride, we try
Yeah.
to maintain it between 15 to 18 miles an hour.
Okay.
It depends,
Yeah.
that's
No,
it's
a
not
fast.
like
It's a double ride.
So
Very
it's something
comfortable.
that you can do, and as I said, you challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Remember, with our motto, healthy body,
Yeah.
and we have healthy minds.
Yeah.
So
Healthy
it's
mind.
also
And one of the
helping you
things
health-wise.
To bear in mind also is that we'll be having vehicles on standby. So at any point you feel
tired.
that you can't do
Let's
this or you
burn
just don't
too
want,
much, you can't go
just get
anymore.
you just get on the ride.
But trust me,
yeah.
you'll be motivated to finish the ride.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It becomes almost a leisurely event, a leisurely ride, and a socializing event for people
Correct.
who
Yes.
are
Correct.
into fitness and riding.
Yeah.
What have you found over the years? Because you've been doing this ride for many years.
Many
For
years.
Yes, this will be our 7th year.
7th ride, yes. And you see a good number of people come out. Who do you find most interested in coming out? Is it the elite cyclists, the professional cyclists? Is it the friends of Ariel, or is it just health conscious people?
It's a mix.
Mix.
We have
Yes.
the elite, and why we like that they're there because somebody like if you want to join and take on the challenge.
Green bud.
Normally to do a ride like that, even any ride, you need to start train your body to take
Yeah.
to sit on a bike for those
Right.
number
Okay.
of hours, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of
But
hours.
with the elite cyclists, people like yourself who would like to take the challenge, they're there to help you, to
Yeah.
motivate you. They'll actually help you
Pushing
during the
along the
ride.
way.
Yeah,
Really fun.
Like
yeah,
physically push
and
you.
mentally they'll be talking to you and say you can encouraging you to do it.
Yeah.
So if
So
you
that
wanna,
is-
so if you wanna do this ride, register $25, and but you don't have a bike. What do you do? I wouldn't mind take the ride, but I don't have a bike.
Mr. Erdonis was here just earlier, right?
Yeah.
He has bike. You can actually talk to them and see if they have bikes that you can borrow.
Yeah.
Because
You
they have that. They have different groups of cyclists or teams that can basically help in that regard.
And let me try to get people on here because you're doing a ride for about 70 miles. You're with professional, you're with non-professionals, you're with
Correct.
Belizeans like yourself.
Yes.
You're actually starting to live this healthy lifestyle. It might just become your passion.
Yes.
Exactly.
The
And that's what
real-
happens.
See the real beauty of Belize. You normally take a ride on a bus or a
Yes.
vehicle.
You won't
But
see
what is it for you to ride up ride next to the Orange Gallery? Have you ever tried to stand up there and see what happens? You'll be on a bike. It will be safe and secure. The ambulance will be there. I want to ride, man.
Can you challenge me on that? Can you challenge
would
me?
want to do it. I really would want to do it.
During our ride, just to let you know, during our ride we do provide refreshments.
Yeah.
So it's not something really burdensome
Yeah.
on yourself.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
be there. We have again the same riders and service personnel that come right to you. You don't have to be trying to figure to carry all those.
Yeah.
They'll give you the water, banana, whatever it is in terms of snacks.
And
that
that's
you-
why it's an awareness
Yes.
ride. But let me go back to the registration place that you can go, when they have to sign up by. Talk to us about some of the details, right?
The registration is open now.
Okay.
You can either visit Arden's bike shop. He's one of our partners. The Ariel Rosado home. That's behind Scotiabank. The same place you get the scholarships and so forth. Or
Yeah.
you can contact any one of the board members. We'll be in the media and we'll be around. So
Yeah. And if somebody comes to you with a pledge sheet, by all means, do encourage
Please
them
do.
because it goes
Yes.
back to the scholarship program.
Yes.
I do have one more point with the scholarship program. I know that you also offer to be the conduit for persons who want to give scholarships but don't want to necessarily go through the entire process. Talk to us about how that's done.
Okay, the scholarships, we have the corporate sponsorship, and
Yeah.
we also what we call dedicated sponsor.
Yeah.
Dedicated sponsor is personally could be my yourself or
Yeah.
a family who would like to contribute and help the current cause.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meaning that trying to say there's a lot of social ills and economic challenges in the country.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that are not able to afford to go to school. So you said, you know what, I want to be and give back to the community. So you say $1,200 per year. That's a cost to fund one child to go through school. So you can come as a group, a family. Somebody, it's what, $100 a month, $25 a
Yeah,
week.
okay,
Yeah.
Five,
that's
of,
good,
five
yeah.
of you guys, $5
Yeah.
every week. You know, rather than buying a beer,
And
you
there's
can
a
say,
scholarship
this one beer
in
I'm
your
not going to
name.
buy today. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
You
you're
know,
putting a
And
child
then
through
you
school.
go through, but 1 second, you go through the process of selecting the person, which it really is easier for anybody who wants to help a child through school because you'll find out who needs it the most.
Yes.
And that's one of the that's one of the touching part of things. We keep on with the mentality that it is supposed to be probably government or parents, or
No.
sometimes parents are not able to because they've got
Takes
a
a
lot.
village- takes a village to raise
you know. So if you and your friends could come together, $100 a month to eventually get somebody to educate a
Yeah.
family. Now
It makes a
imagine
difference.
that.
Remember, it will make one child
course.
educated
Yes.
make a difference because it's one less problem that we have to deal with in the
Yeah.
society.
Excellent.
I love the initiative.
So how do
So-
people contact the the foundation?
We have a Facebook page, the Ariel Rosado Facebook page. We also have the website.
Yeah.
You can get information through, and we also have the office at their residence, which is that the just behind Scotiabank.
Yeah.
Wendy, do you have the number there that you can contact?
Sure.
Scotiabank on the highway, of
Yeah,
course.
behind, right
Yeah.
behind.
That would be
Yeah.
223-5674 or 600-666-65.
All right. And once again, if you want to take up the challenge of the ride, it takes place on
April 21st.
April 21st. It is a one-day ride.
Yes, one day.
And also, you usually have a little mini event at our bar too.
Yes,
Yes.
we also have
Barbecue
we
sale,
do a
right?
barbecue sale. Everything again, it's one full basket, right?
Yeah.
So every little counts for us to
Yeah.
make sure that we're able to do. We're hoping to raise $70,000 to maintain the scholarships that we have because
33.
it's 33 this year, hoping to increase, and then it will be more person that we need to fund next year.
Fantastic.
So
Excellent job.
yeah.
Best of luck, and we hope that people take up the challenge. John, you've already accepted it, so
Yes.
we'll see how many miles you
Working
can
on
be able
And
to
you got a bike.
accomplish. So you can set up those details after. We gotta wrap up the show. So remember, if we want to, you can contact them through Facebook. The numbers were just given out. There's a website. You can pay your registration fee. You can do any portion of the ride that you can. It's just most importantly to be able to support the cause so that they can be able to provide scholarships to Belizean children who need it. Thank you
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay